Greetings to all of you. I want to talk about the upcoming super new moon on January 21st. When we have a super moon, it means that that new moon or full moon is in the orbit where the moon is at its closest to the earth. So the energies coming to us, the brightness of the moon are at their most intense, most strong. We will have a super new moon on January 21st. And then on February 5th, we will have what's called a micro full moon, which means the moon will be in its part of its orbit where it's furthest from the earth. So we're feeling quite a spectrum of energies as we move through this lunar cycle. And as we approach this new moon on January 21st, we will be moving out of the period of Mercury being retrograde. It will station on January 17th and 18th. Then Mercury will go direct on January 19th, a few days before this lunar cycle begins. And then a few days after the new moon, on January 24th, all of the planets will be moving direct, which I think we're going to experience as a forward momentum to be in this process of transition that we're all in this powerful time as we move towards the energies of the Aquarian age. But let me show you the energies of this new moon. So here is the chart of the new moon, and you can see that the sun and moon will be at 1 degree of Aquarius. So we're moving into that time of year, that energy of Aquarius, and we'll have the sun and moon and Venus and Saturn in Aquarius at the time of this new moon. I think it's supporting us as we're moving towards Pluto's first pass into Aquarius, which will occur on March 23rd. We're beginning to be guided to experience the energies of Aquarius, of this age that we're moving into, to begin to dream them, to begin to tune into them. And I think this lunar cycle is guiding us to do that. One of the most powerful configurations in this new moon is that the sun and moon will be in an out of sign conjunction with Pluto, which is still in Capricorn, and they will also be squaring an out of sign square with Eris Xena in Aries. I'm going to be doing a separate video on this profound square of Pluto and Eris Xena that's actually been going on within a 5-degree orb since 2017 and will continue through into 2024. It's a very powerful combination, and in that it's really influencing this new moon. To me, the theme of this new moon is, one of the themes is dare to be different. Dare to step off the beaten track and follow your own path of truth, of integrity. That's really symbolized by this energy of Aquarius with the new moon and this powerful square of Pluto and Eris Xena. And I think it's also significant that the new moon is opposite Lilith, trining Ceres, and sextiling Jupiter and Juno. In that there are so many asteroids and points that have to do with the energy of the sacred feminine in this new moon, I think we're also seeing that guidance to actively begin to balance the energies of the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine. And Jupiter in Aries is supporting us in doing that and is also guiding us to be open to new possibilities, to moving in new directions, to be preparing to move into these new Aquarian paradigms. But I also see in this combination with Jupiter and Juno, the new moon, Ceres and Lilith, as also guiding us to explore how we can be in our relationships with each other in a more balanced way. Ceres in Libra is about how can we be nurturing to each other. Libra, in a balanced way, how can we hold that space for being aware of our own feelings and needs and really being tuned into the other? And I also see this as guiding us to be more in balance in our relationship with the earth, Ceres, the earth mother. So we're being called to move into new ways, more balanced and harmonious ways of being in relationship with the natural environment, with the earth, but we're also being guided to be more open to how we are in balance in our relationships with each other. And what does that mean? The opposition with Lilith is that powerful point that has to do with the sacredness of relationship and of true mutuality in relationship. So I see this combination as guiding us to be true to who we are, Leo, and our own self-expression, but how to honor the different energies of those we're in relationship with, Aquarius, to hold that balance of true respect, true mutuality, that capacity to be true to ourselves, but to be very accepting of the freedom of the other person we're in relationship with to be who they uniquely are. This is again supported by Juno being in a powerful interaction with the new moon. And Juno is about our committed love relationships. And again, with it being in Aries, how do we hold that space for self-expression, Aries, in the context of deep commitment, love, and mutuality? So take time at this new moon to be tuning into the ways in which you are in relationship with yourself. Are you honoring your own inner truth? Are you living with integrity to be your true self in the world? And how are you in relationship with those around you? With Saturn in conjunction with Venus at this time in Aquarius, I really see this combination as supporting us in reflecting on those significant relationships in our lives. Saturn is guiding us to take time to review where we are, how we are in our relationships, Venus. And are they manifesting that Aquarian energy? And the Aquarian energy is about collaboration, cooperation, compassion, acceptance of diversity. Are we on that one-on-one level relating to each other from a place of compassion and acceptance and supporting the other in being who they uniquely are? Or are we playing out the shadow side of Saturn on Venus, trying to control the other and out of our own need for them to fit our beliefs, our ways of being, so that we feel more secure? This powerful new moon is guiding us to take time to reflect and tune into the ways in which we're in relationship with ourselves and with those in our lives, and to really look at whether we're living out those Aquarian paradigms of sovereignty of the self in the sanctity of relationship. The age of Aquarius is about that freedom of self-expression in the context of community and of the ways in which we support each other to be in the uniqueness and diversity of who we each are, in a way that we realize we bring those unique gifts and strengths into community in a way that makes the whole greater than the sum of the parts, and allows us to be in creative, collaborative community with each other. So this new moon is guiding us to reintegrate the energies of the sacred feminine with the sacred masculine, to move out of the paradigms of the out of balanced patriarchal energies of competition and power over and divisiveness, to come back into how we can be in mutuality, in relationship, in respect for each other, in compassion with each other. To be in relationships that are nurturing, that are balanced, that are mutual, that are open to self-expression in the context of deep relationship. So allow yourself to, initially at the time of this new moon, take time to be in your own inner process around how you're in relationship with yourself. And are you honoring the truth of who you are, to be Jupiter and Aries, moving in new directions that are an expression of your true self? This lunar cycle is supporting us in not adapting ourselves to conventional paradigms or to other people's expectations. It's calling us to heal and be true to our inner selves. And then that supports us in being in relationships with others in a more authentic way. And it's only as we can accept ourselves and hold compassion for who we are in our uniqueness that we can emanate that in our relationships and feel in that inner security to be respectful of others in their differentness and to hold compassion for who they are in their uniqueness. This then is guiding us in how, in the coming months, in 2023 and even more fully in 2024, we will be supported in co-creating new forms of community with and for each other. But we can't move into those Aquarian paradigms and into those new forms of community if we are out of balance within ourselves and if we are out of balance in our one-on-one relationships with each other. So in a beautiful way, these energies of this lunar cycle are supporting us in doing that inner work that we need to do to be in balance and to be in the truth of who we are and in alignment with our true selves, to be in relationship in a more authentic way, to then have that emanate out into new ways we can be in community with each other. And as we're in this transition time, we will feel the ebb and flow of that pull to go back into the old paradigms and into the conventional paradigm of competition, of our own effort to move in directions that are achieving what we need to achieve for ourselves to have that sense of stability and security. We're being guided to let go of those expectations, of those old ways of feeling some sense of security in the world, to move in radically new directions in how we are in our own experience, in our relationship with each other, and in how we are in community. And remember that this is what we're all being supported in the collective shifts. I was just in a discussion group with my patrons where one of the women was sharing about a recent survey they were doing and interviewing 17-year-olds about what they needed, what they wanted from adults as they're moving into launching themselves in the world. And in a profound way, two of the 17-year-old female high school students said, we want space to be who we uniquely are. We aren't going to be living our lives in the way that the generations before us have. We need support to be on our own unique paths. And we long for inclusion. We long for everyone to feel accepted and to feel a part of community. These young people so already intrinsically understand the Aquarian paradigms that we're moving into. And we need to do our own inner work to join with them, to be supporting the movement into this new age and co-creating new ways of being in community with each other. So at the time of this new moon, may you feel the support of these energies to be true to yourself, to dare to be different, to open to new possibilities, Jupiter in Aries, and how you can step out in the world in a way that's a reflection of your true self. And may you feel the support of this new moon to reflect on the relationships in your life, to reflect on the ways in which you may be out of balance and not being authentic and true to yourself in your relationships with others. Or how are you having difficulty letting the other person in that friendship or in that relationship be in their unique self? Allow yourself to reflect on that and to feel the support of this super new moon to guide you in how to hold that deeper compassion for yourself, to then support you in holding that space for the others you're in relationship with to be true to themselves, so that the relationship then is this authentic expression of love and mutuality and compassion and respect. Then we're learning how to be in that dynamic of harmony, of right relationship, of openness to diversity that will help us create the new earth, co-create the new ways of being in community that are no longer about polarization, competition, hierarchy, power over, but are about collaboration, creativity, acceptance of diversity, justice, truth, genuine love for and with each other. May we support each other as we work with these energies of this new moon and move in these new directions towards co-creating the Aquarian age. Blessed be.